the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep me down.
Good morning, Santa Barbara Teen Sports listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes and all those people and all those businesses that just take care of those athletes. And I'm looking at, Dr. D, you got the hankies, you got the juice, you've got, I'm going to get, Brian Falk is in the house. I heard a little bird told me you're sick. You got the whole sinus thing going. I want to be straight up. You're a little cranky. Okay. So I'm just saying, I don't even have a mic on you. So you could just, nobody can see us. So you're just bobbing it. But Brian's going to get up and he's got his box with him and he's going to start putting some at the break. Okay. You're going to feel all bad. Oh, look, you can't even talk. His voice doesn't even sound like
it's no fun when you're not feeling good.
I know, my baby. I'm so sorry. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to give you, and I've already gave you one, but I can do whatever I want. Here's a nothing but
that?
cake. Yeah.
Oh.
That makes you feel better when you have some. Woo! Beverly and Beth, thank you so much. This is so funny. Every Thursday, I get this text. Come and get your cakes. Okay, this is what I do. Bermuda. I can't. Every time I open it. Bermuda. Nothing but cakes. See, I'm going to Bermuda in 2 months. So every time I open, I hear Bermuda. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to pass them. Look at this. Everyone's going to be.
Pass it forward. You're a giver.
Take it. Okay. Go. Grab one.
I'm going to smell it first.
Okay, it's an assortment. All right. Brian Falk.
You know me about smells, right?
Yes, baby. Brian.
Those smell good. Oh.
Brian Falk is in the house.
The aesthetics are incredible. You can't see it, but these are beautiful looking bun cakes. Absolutely.
Buntini. Yeah, buntinis. You know what?
Passing them to Dale.
Do you know what she did?
Oh my goodness.
Once in a while, they're wonderful.
Yes. Once in a while, they're fantastic.
Dale Figtree, put your hands together. Woo! Michael Baker, he's in the house. Laura's the first one that grabbed that chocolate one.
She's not shy.
Yay.
Yeah, no, when it comes to chocolate, I'm not shy,
at all.
I'm aggressive.
No,
yes.
I don't think I've ever seen you shy, actually.
Aggressive. And I gave Dr. D a big butt cake because I love him. And look at it. Oh, he still can't talk. I know it's.
He needs more sugar.
We could say anything we want because he has no comeback. He's got nothing to say. I love it.
More refined sugar.
Yeah, it's like
It'll make his throat
look
feel
at
better.
him. Oh, poor baby.
Oh, no.
All right, when we start off with Mike, we'll go around the horn. Michael Baker, good morning.
Good morning. How we doing?
I am so. All right, let me guess. Everyone going to guess around the room. Okay, we started this thing with Nancy Weiss. Okay, Unified School District. Michael had a vision, boom, hooked up, the universe provided. We had Nancy Weiss, made it happen within a week. And now we have 3 locations doing dinner, right? Two locations doing dinner.
Correct.
All right. 5 days a week. I want everybody. I want to go around the room. Dr. Dale, we got Brian, we got Laura. We're going to guess. You know what it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is. I want to guess how many meals. Within plus or minus 5, what do we got? I got another nothing but cake for the winner, Dr. Dale. You could gift it. If you don't want to eat it, gift it. Dr. Dale, how many meals do you think 2 places provided food for? We have a situation in Santa Barbara. We've got 60% of the county is at or below the poverty level. That affects a lot of kids. It's like Michael said so eloquently. He doesn't know how many kids get a divorce or lose a job or whatever like that. The kids are the byproduct of exactly what's going on in this country today. I'm not going to get into politics at all because that's a no on the radio.
Why is
this
it
is
a
not
no-no?
a political show because we don't want to do that.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Dr.
Dr. Dale, how many?
Okay, this is a wild guess.
Wild.
Okay.
5 days a week, Monday through Friday, two places.
So cumulative. For the whole week.
Total a whole week.
How many meals do you think we served on average last week?
Right.
Total cumulative meals.
174.
Okay, good guess. Write that down, Laura. Got the piece of paper and pencil because I don't want to write. Okay, I'll do it because you're not. You're on your phone and that's a no.
How many meals a day?
Oh, calculate. 100. Okay, so
cumulative. So how many meals did we serve on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday?
So
Add
she
them all
said
up for the whole week.
190. Okay, Brian, how many do you say?
I'm
I'm going to say 1,500.
1,500.
Yeah.
Wow, Brian, there's a way up there. I don't know.
Wow.
Laura, what do you say?
Okay, so you have 3 meals 5 times a week.
No.
Right?
Dinner.
2 locations.
Oh, two.
Serving dinner
Okay, so it's 5
to the kids at the Boys and Girls Club at 2 locations.
2 locations.
Monday through Friday. What's the total number of meals served last week?
Last week. Oh. I'll go with half of what you said. 7,000.
How many?
7,000.
750. 750. I said 1,500.
You said 1,500.
Yeah, so-
Oh, no. Wait. Can I calculate? I'm really bad with
Okay.
She's got the phone out.
times.
That's how we got to do math.
Really?
Yeah.
You just can't come up with.
I'm still going with 3,000.
Okay,
3,000.
3,000's
Double
good.
me, okay.
I'm going to say 1,400.
Okay. So the answer.
Okay, what's the answer? Because I want to. Wait, let me get the butt cake out, and we have a roll.
Drum roll, please.
Okay, go ahead.
2,000 meals.
Oh, Brian Falk gets the
2,000
butt
meals.
cake.
Average 400 meals a day.
Yeah.
No.
400 meals a day, 5 days.
Wow,
Yeah.
2,000. Put your hand.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nancy Weiss.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore, baby.
Yeah,
She's
Nancy,
going up.
Nancy
Love it.
Weiss. Let me tell you straight up, all together, Nancy Weiss to say we
That's
love you.
Nancy Weiss, wonderful job.
We
Supporting
love
you.
you. That's just we failed on that. You can't love somebody and do it that way. Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3. We love you. Yeah, Nancy Weiss. Thank you so much. You know something? Nancy Weiss needs a bun cake. Here,
Yeah.
make sure you give
I'll
her
get that to Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy Weiss needs a bun cake. All right. God, that gives me goosebumps.
That's great.
Dr. Dale Figtree's in the house. Put your hands together. What's going on, Doc?
Well, I wanted to talk today about a very healthy snack.
Nice.
Should I talk about it now?
No, we're going to talk about it at a break, but that's what you're going to be offering, and I'm really excited
It's like an
about that.
appetizer. Make us more hungry for later.
I know. 'Cause she's looking at those buntinis. All right, and I know, Michael, you brought a couple of guests. Who'd you bring? After
Yeah.
break, we're going to get who?
After the break, we're going to get Gretchen Leaf, who
Nice.
is from Davey's Voice, one of
Oh.
the big supporters of Boys and Girls Clubs. Thank you, Davey's Voice and Gretchen. We're doing a collaborative effort with Gretchen and Isobel Abita from Care for Paws.
Nice.
So 3 programs working together.
All right, Brian, you got a segment today. You're going to be talking about something. What are you going to be talking
Yes,
about?
I'd like to talk about creativity and imagination.
Oh, love of creativity and imagination. Huge. I like that. Laura Arocadia, you want to close us out? You want to say goodbye or hello or however you say? You got 5 languages. You got to knock it out. We have less than 30 seconds.
Ok. Ciao a tutti, spero che stiate passando una buona giornata. Oggi abbiamo uno show abbastanza tranquillo, quindi state comunque online perché sarà un buon show.
Ooh,
Yes.
okay. And you know something? You guys got to stay tuned because I've got a $200 gift certificate from Isobel that we're going to be giving away. So stay tuned. Hey, it's go time. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. You know something? That was horrible. We're going to do it again on the every single Tuesday. 1, 2, 3. Every single Tuesday. Oh my gosh! Thank you. We've never had to do that in 5 years. Okay, Dr. D can't even talk. He looked at me. I mean, he's got his hands wrapped around his throat. He can't help. It's the whole thing. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Santa Barbara. Hey, we've got a great gift certificate here from Isobel Spa and Wellness. So this is how you're going to get it, okay? What you've got to do right now, you got a smartphone, you've got an email right now. If you're looking at the time, I need you to send me an email. It's going to be really simple, okay? Send me an email, queenofteensb@gmail.com. Just send it and just put Isobel Spa. That's QUISIBELLA Spa. Just put that in the reason, and then if you give me your name, address, and phone number, it's great. This is for Santa Barbara. It's a $200 gift certificate. All right, so I'll probably set up an arrangements for you just to go in and enjoy yourself and have a wonderful spa day. And Teen Sports Radio thanks you for listening, and we love you. Michael Baker! What?
Two things I want to point out.
Yes.
Isobel did a wonderful fundraiser for us last year for the Boys and Girls Club.
Kristen, Isobel,
Thank you. Raise money for the Boys and Girls Club. And nothing but cakes. You want to talk about a good corporate citizen.
Mm-hmm.
I was speaking at Decker's yesterday to their 400 employees roughly. So it was all hands on deck event. And afterwards, they had all these nonprofits outside that they were encouraging their employees to get involved with. And we were one of the booths. But there was nothing but cakes.
Beverly!
How awesome is
Yes,
that?
of course.
Helping out.
Hey,
So,
they're here 6 weeks, and she's just
Fantastic.
blowing it up. I mean,
Doing a great job.
I mean, she's doing a great job, and it's a great product. And the first thing she said to me is like, "Look, she wanted me. She wants to be involved with all the nonprofits." And I'm like, you know something? Here's my page. I got 25 of them done. And it's pretty much whatever we want. And, to the Boys Club and any of the golf tournaments. She was at Bacara today. And I think I said this a break. I don't know if I said this on the air, but every graduate from Westmont College got a bundt cake. Okay, there was over
incredible.
300.
It's great.
Okay, you got your cap and your gown, and you got a bundt cake. Who does that? That was huge.
That's a
we
great
love Beverly.
great corporate citizen.
It's awesome. Thank you. I need, something. We got to get another one of these. With all this giving away, she needs a spa day.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to hook her up. Definitely.
Yeah.
Who'd you bring, Michael?
Well, I brought Gretchen Leaf. Gretchen came up. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Isabella
Appreciate
Abita.
it.
They're here to talk about their joint venture, but
Our joint venture.
yeah, well,
right?
it's ours. But you two really brought it to us. I mean, we're riding on your coattails, so I want to thank you for that.
So Davey was a little puppy. He was a Doberman Pinscher, 4 months old, and he was killed here in Santa Barbara in a bad way. So we started Davey's Voice. And Davey's Voice is all things in terms of animal responsibility, compassion, education here in Santa Barbara and elsewhere. And so one of the things we do is we follow very closely court cases, local court cases. And there was a case, you guys probably all read about it. It was a homeless guy with a dog, badly mistreating this dog. He was just beating the dog up. 2 young teenagers they were tourists. They saw this happening. They call the police. The guy gets arrested. He's in jail. He's going to trial in June. We've been in every single of his hearings. But in any case, it was like, wow, these are young people, and they called the police.
Nice.
So you know what?
That's
yeah.
what I like those young people.
So it was like, why don't we team up with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Santa Barbara, and then in terms of animal abuse and things like that, I think personally, it's about spay and neuter. And so here's Isobel, and Isobel has Care for Paws. So it was Care for Paws, Boys and Girls, and Davey's Voice together in a collaboration. And Isobel knows a lot more about your side than I do. So
yeah, so I'm Isobel Abita. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Care for Paws. And Care for Paws was started in 2009 to reduce pet overpopulation and keep animals out of shelters and overall improve quality of life for pets and their families here in Santa Barbara County. So we've had an educational program called Positive Thinking, as in the paw. And we've been bringing that to schools countywide since 2009. And so this is an extension of that program and really taking our program a step further. Obviously, through this collaboration, we'll be able to reach more kids, but just in general, to engage kids on a whole different level, and engaging them to make a difference, to promote responsible pet ownership, to show that they take care of their animals and care about animals, and then engaging the community as a whole around this whole all the goodness around doing what's right for your animal.
This is what it looks like. It's I take care of my pet. Do you? Paws Up for Pets.
That's great.
And it's great. It's the first collaboration of its kind, and we're really, really excited about it. And you've been so great, Michael.
Well, no,
I mean, my God.
How could we not want to expose our kids to something like that?
How many kids are going to be affected?
Well, we have almost 3,000 members in our organization. So between the clubs that we're going to operate it in, probably I would say certainly a few hundred children are going to get exposed to the program and want to do it over and over and over.
And we're particularly excited about working in the North County because that's really where we need spay and neuter, and that's where it's not happening. As a matter of fact, Santa Maria is the only city in our county that doesn't have a spay and neuter ordinance. And so we're actively working with Voices for the Voiceless and some other groups up there because it's important. An animal that's not spayed and neutered is an animal that's generally mistreated because they're ostracized, they're outside, they're chained up, and then of course they breed and they have unwanted babies, and the babies end up in shelters and they're often euthanized, right?
Oh, well, there definitely we have an pet overpopulation problem here in Santa Barbara County. So this Paws Up for Pets campaign will talk a lot to kids about the importance of spaying and neutering, but just in general, the importance of taking good care of your pet. We'll shed light on abuse and neglect, and also sadly, there's a proven link between animal abuse and family violence. And so Care for Paws, the way we look at things is not, we just, as much as we love animals, this is not just about animals. This is about when you help an animal, you help the owner, you help the whole family, you help the community as a whole. Fewer animals in the shelter, more empathy in our community. And that's really what it's about. So this campaign will hopefully have giant ripple effects just across our county and multi-generational as well, because we want to engage the kids to bring the things that they learn, whether it's at the Boys and Girls Clubs, different locations, or in the elementary schools, which also will be targeted through this campaign. They will bring this message home. They will bring materials home, and they will be engaging their family members, doing interviews with them and talking to them about pet care. And so I think there's so many aspects of this campaign that are going to be beneficial to our community as a whole.
I'm Laura, by the way, just so you remember my name. How is the program going to work? What are the components of the program? And are you going to go teach the kids with, I don't know, slides or whatever? Or are you going to actually bring pets? How is it going to work?
We're going to do a little bit of everything, but the first step to when we meet the kids for the first time will be doing a presentation, Paws Up presentation, where we talk about responsible pet ownership and be accountable for your pets and how you take care of them, and talking about how animals have feelings too, just like us. And then we engage kids around those topics, and we'll bring animals in as we do the presentation, so the kids get to interact with the animals as well. And then the kids can actually earn badges. We feel like it's important that the kids are the heroes in this whole project, that they are the ones that are going to make the difference. And so they can earn a badge, for example, if they go through our presentation and they take a little quiz. They can go home and interview a family member about responsible pet ownership. They are going to be asked to participate in a contest and either do a drawing or a collage or a poem on the concept of animals have feelings too. And then, so that's one. If they go through all those steps, they can become an animal ambassador, and they get to wear that little badge. And then they move on from there, and they can become an animal advocate. And to get an animal advocate badge, you would go visit a local shelter. We would set up a visit, and the kids would learn about the shelter animals and basically what happens to an animal when you relinquish it. And they can virtually adopt a pet, kind of do a project around the pet, and maybe help even to get it promoted for adoption. And
wow,
that's amazing. That's really impressive. Also, the badges system, that's actually really good, because I noticed working at the Boys and Girls Club that kids like to have a reward, some sort of reward, to be like, hey, look, I actually gained this, I got it, and I did something good to get it. So that's actually, it's a really good.
Tell them what you do over there.
So I teach kids languages, and since most of these kids speak Spanish as a native language, I teach them Italian, since it's a really close language.
Oh, wonderful.
And I must say, the first time, it was a crazy experience, because I had all these kids running all over the place, and can I go to the bathroom? And then they would disappear for half an hour, and I was like, okay.
Clearly.
And then we started to figure out which kids are really interested in the thing, because you obviously want to stimulate the ones that really want it. Mm-hmm. And we did this thing. If a kid asks me to go out, I'm like, okay, you have 30 seconds. Let's see if you can do it. And I think 9 seconds in their back, it's just really fast.
Nice. Cool.
No, but you were telling me that one story about the little boy. You see genius in a couple of these kids where you could see that they could do the 4 or 5 languages by the time they get out of high school. I mean, when you said because you don't even know if and this is just a whimsical idea that we had, and thank you, Michael, for letting us, go through with it. It was a great.
Me. You guys keep bringing these programs.
I know. Well, it's not a program. We're low key. We're low key about it. But I'm just thinking, with Laura, it's a talent that you have, and learning languages has nothing to do with how much money you got in the bank. Okay, it's just a gift. And when I grew up, my mom was German, and was national, became an American very quickly. But it was like taboo to speak German, or you kind of just back in those days, you wanted to become an American. And now it's like, oh no, please! If you're so blessed to have another language in the house, just because of what it's doing to your brain waves and whatnot. But you tell me that one story about the one little boy. It was I thought it was just wonderful.
Okay, so there's this little boy. His name is Felipe, and he saw me coming in the door, and he started yelling Italiano, and I was like, whoa, okay, somebody is excited.
That's awesome.
And so basically, he forced his friend to come to the class too, and the friend was like, but I want to tackle people, because they were playing outside, the other kids, and he was just like so happy. He was like, okay, let's study, and then he was like, what are we doing today? He was like so motivated. It's just amazing to work with them.
Nice. Thank you for doing that, Laura. I had a quick question. We're going to go to break, but let me ask a question. We'll go to break, and then we'll come back, all right? Because you guys can stay for a little while longer, right? I've seen and heard a lot of different programs like your program, and like where kids actually would go to the shelters and actually read to the dogs, and then having the dogs go to like maybe a nursing home and then participate in programs like that. Maybe we could talk about that a little bit, if that's part of, where this could, if you're not already doing it, if you could get like some situation like that, because I like the whole thing of combining the kids with the dogs. Because I saw a picture, it was posted on Facebook a couple of years back, where a kid was sitting there reading a book in front of a dog. And I just thought it was the cutest little thing I've ever seen, ever. I thought it was just adorable. So we'll get to that. All right. Let's take a quick little break. This is Erica Salda. I hope you sent your email, queenofteensb@gmail. I've got this $200 gift certificate to Isobel that needs a home. We'll take a short little break. I'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. It's all right. We don't have a whole lot of kids here right now because everybody's like either graduating or taking finals or whatever like that. So,
kids.
I know, that's right.
We're a bunch of big kids.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's true. Well, we're going to have a crazy wild show anyway, with or without a lot of kids. All right, let's get back. And if you just joined us, you're a little late, but I still love you. You'd want to register for a $200 gift certificate, so I'd need an email sent to queenofteensb@gmail.com. We're giving away a Isobel $200 spa day. So send me an email and just put Isobel spa, and then you might have a wonderful, enjoyable day today. I don't know. Let's get back to our guests here in the house. We have Davey's voice. Put your hands together. And I just wanted to close out with you guys. First of all, thank you so much. And of course,
thanks. What an opportunity.
Yeah, a couple of things, what we wanted to do for you. And this is, a gift to Michael Baker, because I always give every co-host a commercial. And Michael says, you do? And I said, yeah, I just decided to do that right now. So Michael Baker wants to give you his commercial. Okay? We already have United Boys and Girls Club, so he gave me a golden ticket, where I could send a kid to the Boys Club for a year. And then he said, Erica, do you want more? And I said, I need more. And he says, how many do you want? I says, I need like 20. So he gave me 20, and I gave them all to St. Raphael's, because that was the closest to Goleta. So, Michael, this is my payback to you. Now we're even, baby!
Thank you so much.
That's it. And then we just got to make sure we give Dr. D another nothing but cake, and he's not going to have a problem. So make arrangements with him when he maybe like next week, and we'll give you a commercial, and then no charge.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank
And
those commercials, I'll tell you what, Doc, thank you. And I know you really can't talk right now, which is actually not a good thing, because you've got a lovely voice. He's just a beautiful singing voice. I've never heard.
He does a lot of commercials. He's on a lot of shows.
But he's
a famous person.
You donate a lot of commercials to charities, and it really does make a difference. So we get
I think he'd look cute with a Davies T-shirt.
Me too.
Large.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wears them too.
Oh
yeah, he struts them. He's got a T-shirt underneath his thing right now. I don't know which one it is, but it's amazing how many times. Teen Sports Radio. That wasn't even staged. All right, so let's get back to so hook up with him. We'll give you a commercial.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. No, I got to thank Michael because that's it. Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, Michael, I took your free golden ticket.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. So tell us, you were mentioning at the break.
Oh yes, so we were talking about the Paws Up for Pets campaign, which is a collaboration between the United Boys and Girls Club of Santa Barbara County and Davis Voice and Care for Paws, and it's a bilingual effort. So we will be going out into the elementary schools countywide as well as into Boys and Girls Clubs countywide to talk to hopefully at least 15,000 kids every year along with their families.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's awesome. Great.
We're so excited. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Really, really
Thanks for
great.
I know you're running to an event here. Grab a buntini.
All right, let's
be
grab
sure you
it.
tell Beverly that we love her.
absolutely.
Lots
Thank
of
you,
love.
Beverly.
Thank
we
you,
love
Beverly.
you. Beth and Beverly.
Beth and Beverly.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Beth and Beverly. Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move the mics over to Dr. Dale Figtree. We're going to talk about snacks.
Yeah, so
Everybody's eating their buntini. All right.
while they're eating their buttini, one of the healthiest snacks that kids can eat, believe it or not, are nuts. Now, nuts have gotten a bad rap because people think they're fattening and they get caught in their teeth or whatever, but the truth of the matter is they're high in protein, as high as meat, number one. Great protein. Second of all, they have fats in them that clean the heart, that help the skin, that help the hair. They're amazing, amazing fats. And these fats, if the nuts are cooked, unfortunately, roasted or fried, the fats are destroyed, so it's got to be raw nuts. Peanuts have some in them, but if they're roasted peanuts, unfortunately, these nuts are destroyed. But peanuts are still good because they're high in protein. So they're also high in fiber. I mean, they're fantastic foods. And so to have a little package, I've seen in the store, they have these bags where there's like, maybe 10 nuts in a bag you can just put in your pocket. But another thing that's great are nut butters, too. And nut butters can be like apple slices with almond butter on it is totally yummy. Cashew butter, even peanut butter on celery sticks, delicious. There are many, many ways to use nut butters and put them on food. So as snacks, I really encourage you to get nuts. Raw nuts are the best, and there are walnuts, there are pecans, there are sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, almonds, macadamia nuts. I mean, they are out there, and they are great.
Nice. We're nuts about nuts.
We're nuts about nuts.
So one of the things that I was wondering about was locations and where to buy nuts. So the difference between buying them in like Safeway or Albertsons versus, let's say, Farmers Market or Tri-County. Do you have a description on that?
Well, farmers market's always wonderful because, they're grown locally and they're not processed usually, but they tend to be a little bit more expensive. But, health food has become such big business that I find that you can get raw, good nuts anywhere in all the stores. I personally like Trader Joe's because, as I said, they have these little packages where it's just easy to put in your pocket and take with you. Mm-hmm. And they even have nuts with some dried fruit in it. So you have the nuts plus some sweetness like cranberries and stuff like that. But they're just everywhere.
Yeah.
But again, it's really important that if they can be raw, that's much, much higher in nutrients than if they're fried or roasted.
Yeah. Is it possible to overeat nuts? Can you have too many?
Yeah, I mean,
so what's
it is
too much?
because, the thing is that they're not low-calorie food, but a snack, a good handful, is not going to be a problem. But if somebody misses meals and just keeps eating snacks throughout the day, I mean, at some point, it really could be a little bit too many calories.
Is there a difference between organic nuts and not organic nuts, nutritionally speaking?
Well, the organic question is a very interesting one because, truthfully, there are many foods that are important to have organic because the pesticides on them are so toxic. Nuts are not in that category. Most of them have shells, and a lot of nuts are not sprayed and don't need to be sprayed. So, personally, I feel to buy nuts that are not organic are fine. Also, organic nuts are like sky high, really, really expensive, and I just don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, okay, because today kind of am here as a guest more than a host because I'm going to talk about this club that we have at school. That's the Healthy Living Club. And it's basically during lunch we talk about sports and food and nutrition. And it's basically having a healthy living style but without too much stress. Because both stress and paying attention to what you eat can be really stressful.
Do you need a guest speaker? Because we have many. Dr. Dale Figtree would be an amazing guest speaker.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can just like...
I'd be delighted too. Yeah, I love talking to kids. You know, their minds are forming, and when they get information that makes sense to them and it clicks, it stays.
Okay, we'll talk about that, and I'll give the mic to Erica.
Oh, that's okay. Well, Dr. D said, hey, let's just go to take another quick little break. And I'm like, all right, we can do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick little break. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is a Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
Oh, we did good on that one. At 9 a.m. And Laura, where else can you find us?
You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and teensportsradio.com.
Thank you so much, and we're killing it. We're on track for, I think, 1.4 million hits. Robert Burrows, thank you. Why am I the only one? This is like free webman. Oh, my God. I mean, it's right up there with Dr. D. It doesn't happen without these guys. Hey, in the house, Brian Falk, thank you so much again for being here.
Of course.
Brian.
Good morning.
Oh, and you're going to get the whole... I'm going to listen to you speak.
I'm nervous.
Excited.
I'm
Don't
on
be
the spot.
nervous. All right. What are we going to talk about?
Well, one of the ideas that came to me recently was about creativity and imagination. I have a few patients right now who are in their early teens, and they struggle with attention and some ADHD-like symptoms, and then also some adults who are at different places in their lives where they feel stuck. And it occurred to me that one of the fundamental parts of being human is the desire to create, to make something, to express, and that our current culture right now tends to put creativity way down towards the bottom, as if it's like an afterthought or something. If you have some free time, maybe you do some arts and crafts, but that's not the kind of creativity that I'm thinking about. And I would argue that it's actually as important or more than all of the learning that goes on in education. So, for example, the arts in schools, the humanities in college are increasingly becoming less funded. The classes are being dropped in favor of the maths, the sciences, or classes that are utilitarian, meaning they provide a function in order to get a job, something like that. But I find that for children in particularly, the lack of the imagination and creativity affects them on a lot of levels. And so allowing for children and adults some space and time in their day to just create or daydream, use their imagination, to not always be doing something. We tend to overschedule our children, put them in soccer practice and baseball and clubs, and really do they have much chance to just lay in the grass and look up at the clouds, which seems kind of silly. You're like, well, what's the point of that? But actually, it's, in my opinion, it's fundamental to our growth. And from a health standpoint, I see a lot of issues related to this lack of creative expression, and it can be in any number of ways, from dancing to writing to just doodling. It doesn't have to be any particular form. And so, for those listening, I would just say that ask yourself, how am I creating, or what is creativity, and am I doing anything in my life where I'm moving creative energy? Is that stuck, or is that moving? That idea of stagnation and flow, is my creative energy moving? If you have tightness in your hips, for example, or low back, sometimes it's related to that creative energy not being expressed in some way. And so for children as well, for ADHD, for example, parents might ask, are they allowed to express themselves in whatever way that is? And you'd be surprised where that energy can be transferred to, versus sitting them and having them do homework, which we know is important, but not the complete picture of being a human. And so creative energy is very important.
Yeah, this is actually amazing what you're saying, because like I was saying before, healthy living is not just doing a lot of sport and paying attention to what you eat like a maniac, but it's more like enjoying whatever you do. And actually, my history teacher, an amazing woman, Miss Bush, she gave us last week as homework to just lay on the grass for at least an hour.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Teacher.
And yeah, I mean, life used to be so simple, and right now it's always stressful. Whatever you do, school is stressing you out. If you're an athlete, you're stressed out because there's the sport, but then you have to pay attention to school because otherwise you can't play the sport anymore. And then if you want to pay attention to food, you're going to be like, oh my God, can I get this? Is it organic? Is it non-organic? Should I eat this? Should I not eat it? It's just like so stressful, whatever we do.
Yeah.
And just expressing ourselves, I think that takes away a lot of the stress. Like yesterday night, I just sat on the couch and I was drawing mandalas for I think like 2 hours straight. That was just like random
And
stuff.
how did you feel?
Oh, I didn't even feel the time passing. And it was just like so like I was drawing and then I look at the watch and whoa, 2 hours are by. And I was like, okay, this is really good because you don't think anymore. And shutting off, like shutting everything out, that's what we need to learn.
Yeah.
And that's what we're actually doing in the club that I'm in at school.
Nice.
And I remember last week we introduced kiwis and red beets because we always have a fruit and a vegetable. And we ate the kiwis with the skin. I don't know if you can say something about that, but we're
You can do that. It's okay.
Lost for words.
Yeah.
I didn't.
yes,
Different texture. Yeah, it's okay.
yes, you're supposed to eat it with the skin because like the skin has the great part of the fiber is in the skin, and the skin has a neutral flavor. I was like so creeped out when she said it. I was like, I'm not doing that. But it actually, like, if you eat the two things together, the pulp and the skin, you don't even feel it, and it's actually really good. It takes away that part that like stings a little. And then we ate beets in 2 different versions with.
Did you eat the skin on the beets too?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
You know, beets don't really have skin.
No.
Well, it's like the shell,
it's
like
hard,
onion, like not an
There's
onion.
no shell. There's no shell.
There's a little bit.
Outside.
Let me ask you: were the beets cooked or were they raw?
They were cooked. They were steamed.
Okay, so when they're steamed,
yes,
then you can. That comes off.
Can you eat them raw?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, to grate them on salads is fantastic. To put them in juices is
Like
amazing.
carrots.
I thought you always had to steam them.
No, and I tell you, their roots are deeper than any other vegetable, and so they tap into the minerals in the soil that is richest, and they're powerful foods.
Yeah, and because of that, and as well as their higher iron content, they're incredibly useful for menstruation issues. If you have weak periods or you're anemic or blood deficient, and dizziness, vision problems, that kind of thing. So for women, they're great just for around the period time to help increase blood.
Yeah. Okay, just be really careful. Remember that you ate them the night before, because the next morning I looked at one time and it was like, oh my God, it's the end.
I'm so glad that you. I'm so glad that you said that, because really, both ways, if you know what I mean.
I really do know what you mean.
Yes,
because that's why I said
things
it's
can
over.
be pink or red.
I started giving things away.
Exactly.
It reminds you of what you've eaten. You take an inventory. Like, what did I eat in the last 24 hours?
It's actually pretty amazing because you're like, oh, that's how long it took me to digest the whole thing. And then you look at it, like at first I was like, I'm dying. That was what I thought. I was like, oh my God, blood and whatever. I Googled it and I had everything. I had cancer. I was like, I had like 2 weeks of life. I was like, shoot.
You're like, no, I'm actually really healthy.
And I was, oh, that's the beast. Okay, now I got it. I was like, never Google your symptoms because you're probably dead.
Got everything.
You can find anything on that.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I had like my thumb was hurting and they were like, oh, you might have some like leukemia or whatever, and I was like, whoa, okay, wait a second, that's a little harsh.
When you're talking about the whole creative process or creativity, it reminds me of a quick little thing about my daughter would spend literally hours in the backyard, and she still does to this day. She'd say, Daddy, I'm going to go out in the back and do creative process. And she'd just go in the backyard and start bouncing the ball around, just thinking. And I'm like, we just stand there. My wife and I would just look out. She was having the best time just doing nothing other than just
But a
let her
lot's
thoughts.
going on.
Absolutely.
A lot's going on
Yeah.
there. And that's where
And letting him express
healing
it.
happens. That's where
loves
ideas
it.
come from. I mean, Einstein said imagination is more important than knowledge. I mean, that's where all the churning goes on when you look at little kids and you're like, nothing's really going on, but a lot's going on. And that's a great
Oh, she
example.
loves it. It's probably her favorite thing to do. So a little shout out to my daughter, McKay.
Yeah. Nice.
Mickey D's.
If you're stuck on what you know is possible, you'll never see what's impossible.
That's right.
That's what Einstein, I think, meant with that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, our school systems are even more now than ever just teaching you what to think, not how to think. And, letting the mind be creative is so vital.
When I was in elementary school, we used to go outside and have break. A teacher back then just made us lay on the grass and then pick out the animals out of the clouds.
Yeah.
And then she'd lay in the middle and we'd all, and I remember that to this day. I was probably like in 4th or 5th grade. And it was just funny because it's like, oh, do you see that lion or whatever?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, and we were all like one big community of looking at the clouds and trying to pick out the animals. It was like,
Let's bring that back.
yeah, it's all serious.
But
Seriously.
I grew up with 4 older brothers, and they made me go out in the rain and do that. So I don't think that was right. Just lay in the grass and lightning and everything. This is really good.
Well, you got puddles, you got mud.
in the cow
Go out and
pasture.
lay out.
What is that?
Tell me what you see.
What does that mud puddle look like?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Hey, let's take a quick little break. We've got another segment to go, but let's take another break. Don't forget those emails, Erica. Queen of Teen SB at gmail.com if you're interested in possibly winning this Isobel Spa Day. $200. Let's take a little break. It's Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more of these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda. Please tune in every single Tuesday, 9 a.m. See, we get scolded one time, and yeah, that's it. Now we're
bring it.
We're bringing it. We're awesome. This has been it's been a slow show, but it's been a great show because every show this is so organic and this is so we don't know what's going to happen when we show.
It's slow for you. I mean, it's like 90 miles an hour down to 75 miles an hour.
It's like really true because I have like 19 kids I got to get in the house. It's all good. Michael, we've got a little segment here left, and I want to talk about the Boys Club because we love the Boys Club. And again, kudos, 2,000 almost meals. If you just joined us, we've got 2 food trucks at 2 locations working on the 3rd location, right, Michael?
Yep.
But in that 1 week, this past week, in the month of May, we had over 2,000 meals served. And again, now there's no going back, Michael.
Well, I'll tell you.
Going back.
The other piece of good news on that is, that there's a separate Boys and Girls Club in Santa Barbara County, in Santa Barbara. They also have a food truck there as well. So there is really 3 true Boys and Girls Clubs that are feeding. I don't know what their number is. I could find that out. But I know that they're serving. And again, that's a Nancy Weiss connection.
Nice.
So it's really, I mean, it's a basic thing. So many people take it for granted that what they're going to have for dinner tonight. But if you have an opportunity and you want to stop by and see it, any day, 5 o'clock is the best time to see it. 5 o'clock any day at our West Side Club, or you can go to our Goleta Club. And our Goleta Club director summed it up best today at a meeting that we had today. She said, it is so heartwarming seeing these kids eating, and the parents still look and go, so we can come every day? And say, yeah, it's every day. And they come back every single day. And that most of them just, there's nothing at home for a lot of them. So it's wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, and on this I want to say something because I actually was there once around 5:30, I think. And I remember the kids that I was tutoring, they went out to get some food. And it's actually really good food. It's not just like cheap food or crappy food where you think, okay, they're just giving them something to fill their stomachs. It's actually good food. Yeah. And I remember they had like this vegetable, right now I don't remember the name of it, which I had never seen because we don't really eat. There's some vegetables that you eat here that we don't really eat in Italy. And I remember going like, oh, what is that? And the kid told me. And I was like, oh, interesting. And he was like, do you want to try some of it? And that was just so cute because you think this kid doesn't have that much food and then he offers you what he has.
See?
And that's just amazing. And I was so touched by that. Maybe I'm sensitive or sensible, but yeah.
That's why kids are the best.
Yeah.
That's almost every child you meet is like that. They really are. They're thinking about others as well. Very common for kids that'll come to the club. We had the whole Christmas wrapping event, and it's or we'll have a birthday party, and kids will say, "Oh, can I bring a piece of cake home for my brother? He wasn't able to make it today." And they're not taking it to eat for themselves so they can have 2 pieces. They really want to bring it home for their brother that couldn't make it. That's awesome. That's where you're like, okay, we're in good hands. We're going to be okay in the future.
And those examples reflect what you guys are doing. You're giving, so they want to give, and it gets passed along. I think that's how these things work. And
right?
You don't have to push or pride or bribe or anything, but you give, and the person that receives wants to do the same.
Yeah. Anybody have any events coming up? We've got like 2 minutes left. Michael, what do we got going on?
We have the rally coming up. Carp auction is June 4th. It's going to be a big fundraiser. Again, you can go to unitedbg.org. Look at all of our events. unitedbg.org.
Got a new website. I like it.
It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It does. I love the Teen Sports Radio.
The logo right
like
there.
It.
And you like the logo on the van?
Like it.
Yeah.
You're taking care of us.
You take care of us.
You're a co-host. I knew I had to make you a co-host. Now we get lots of attention. Dr. Dale, you have anything going on? Got another minute.
No, just the business as usual.
You're going to be at Dos Pueblos. Going to be talking to the kids.
Absolutely, and I do look forward to that.
If you've got time, trust me, I can make the calls for you because I'm sure everybody would like to hear what you had to say.
Excellent. It's really my joy to be able to spread wise and delicious information.
Nice, thank you. Brian, Falk, what do you got going on?
I believe in June, Pacifica Graduate School is having an upcoming public programs that's worth checking out. It's on the environment, ecology, and the imagination.
Nice.
So check out Pacifica's public programs. Good stuff.
All right, Laura Arocadia is going to be sticking around here, right? You're going to CC. You're going to be graduating soon.
Yes, I'm going to be graduating soon. The next 2 weeks are going to be weeks of hell with 6 AP exams.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
She's going to start CC as a junior.
Of course.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, and I'm going to CC, and I'm really excited about it. So
college girl.
I'm more excited. This is really nice. I'm really thankful
proud
that
mama.
you're here. I am a proud mama. That's it. All right, hey, let's I think we're done. Hey? All right. I mean, is Santa Barbara the best place in the whole world to live?
Best
right?
This is the coming here.
Giving is living. All right. Hey, Santa Barbara, we got to go. We got to check out. God bless. Hey, everybody out there, make somebody happy today. See you next week.